Preview, welcome to Tabletop Tactics for a bloodbath of a game, but in a good way. It's a Tactica.
Yes.
So for those of you that don't know what a Tactica is, it's our harder list setup. Coaching is involved. It's a tournament-style battle report, but rather than just sort of going ruthless with the lists, which we do tend to, there's also the tactical talk through it. Like, why have I made this move?
The thought process.
Yes, you know, so you guys can learn from us and we can learn from you when you comment below and go, oh, I think maybe you should have tried this, or would it have been interesting to move there instead of here? You know, it's a learning process together. Very, very cool indeed. So today I have got my Void Spiders.
Nice.
And you, Mr. Bone, have got the Space Marines. Now,
Yes.
before everyone says, oh, well, it's Space Marines, obviously they're going to win. Yes, they might. Because they are better than the Drukhari in terms of meta placement overall. Does it mean the Drukhari can't win? No. Does it mean it's going to be an uphill battle for me and that, you know, it could be interesting to see how I can try and mitigate some of the issues that Space Marines bring? Yes, that's part of the fun. Yeah. You know, because not everyone plays Space Marines. So this is a win-win situation, because if I win, I've beaten Space Marines, which everyone complains about the Chapter Master.
Yeah, which I've brought today because it's a Tactica.
And if I lose, everyone wins because Bone beats me. So, like, literally, you're just going to love this report.
It's going to be amazing.
You know, so if you're into your hardcore games and you want to play tactically, this is the report for you. So with no further ado, why don't we get into those lists then? What's coming up next?
Okay, so today I am running a Salamander's Successor chapter. Which I think I've got a pretty nasty list here, so we'll see how we go. We'll kick off with actually the chapter tactics that I'm going to be taking. So I've got long-range Marksmen in there, which adds an additional 3 inches to all of my weapons. So my flame weapons are suddenly 11 inches, which is really, really good. And then I've also decided to take Stealthy. So what that will mean is if you're outside of 12 and you're firing at me, I get the benefits of being within light cover. This works in tandem really well, I think, with long-range Marksmen and the way that this list is designed to work. I want people to get as close to me as possible so then I can just flame them to death. So unless they want to just take the hit on the cover, they've got to come closer. That's how the list is kind of designed to work. We'll see how it goes. So I have taken a chapter master today. I know there's a lot of grief around that. This is a Tactica. I want to tool up the list as much as I can. He's my Warlord. I've given him Lord of Fire, so anyone within 6 of him can reroll the number of shots on your flame weapons. And I've also given him the Relic, the Vox Espiritum, which makes his reroll bubble 9 inches, which in my opinion is just too good not to have. I've then got a Lieutenant in there as well. Primaris Lieutenant, he's just doing what he does. We then go over to my troops. I have 3 units of Intercessors. They've all got auto bolt rifles, so advance and fire, which is nice. They've also got the... so I've got 2 units of 6 and 1 of 5. I really like them. They're going to be rocking around in my dedicated transports. So I've got 3 impulsors in there. The impulsors I've given shield domes. As we have seen, 9th edition is all about going out onto objectives and holding them. So getting invulnerable saves on there and having units of Intercessors that jump out, it makes it very difficult to shift them off those objectives. That's the idea anyway. So the impulsors have those shield drones, and they've also got the storm bolters on there. I should take a step back and go back to the elites. I've got 2 units of 5 aggressors with Flamestorm Gauntlets. There are some really nasty stratagem combos that you can use with these guys, which I will show you in the game, where they can pump out an incredible amount of automatic hits. If you're in your tactical doctrine, they get the +1 to wound and the flame weapons as well. They just become incredibly nasty. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how powerful they are. I've got a pretty solid idea that they're going to wreck face. Lastly, in my dedicated transports as well, I have 2 repulsors. They are loaded out with the following. So I've got 2 Crackstorm grenade launchers on there, twin las cannon, heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, 2 storm bolters, the Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, I got there in the end, and then 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers as well. That's the list. It's 2,000 points on the nose. I have an incredible amount of high rate of firepower, which is really nice. I've got staying power as well, which is also really nice. I've got my shield up because I've got the Stealthy chapter tactic in there, and all of my weapons are quite long range. If you want to get close to me, awesome. My aggressors are just going to jump out of those repulsors and flame you to death, and then if anything's left, they're going to punch you in the face. If you want to stay away from me, great. I love that. I'll get the benefit of light cover across my entire army. It's strong. Is it strong enough to go up against a list like Lawrence's? Well, I'll let him take you through that. He's definitely got more board control than me, and actually he does have quite a lot of firepower himself. So I'm interested to see how this battle goes. Well, why don't we take a look at his list? Oh no, forgive me, I've got to talk about my secondaries. So for my secondaries today, I've taken Grind Them Down, so that's the equivalent of Attrition in the core rulebook. I've then taken Bring It Down because he has all of the vehicles in the world. So I think because I have a more elite army, generally I'm going to be killing more, and because I have such a high rate of firepower, I think Grind Them Down should be a pretty easy one to achieve. Bring It Down, I've got to kill those vehicles anyway, makes perfect sense. And the last one I've taken is Priority Targets, which is the mission specific one, which is going to be, I think, quite easy for me to achieve as well. It entirely depends, because I don't want to talk about it because you choose a secret one that Lawrence doesn't know about, and then I score points based on if I'm holding that priority objective or not. So yeah, I'm happy with my secondaries, I'm happy with the list. Now I just need to hope that the dice are in my favor. So now we will go take a look at Lawrence's list. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Lawrence here, and today I am running my beloved Drukhari. So we have my vampire space elves out in full force. So the first thing, I'm just going to say it straight up, yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble with this game. I don't actually have the best track record in Tacticas against Space Marines, and that actually included 8th edition as well, post the Space Marine Codex, and when they started, people found the combos and everything, they started becoming really good. The Drukhari tended to struggle against them because even when you could stack things like modifiers to hit, actually the rerolls pretty much just cancelled that out, which is, fine. So you have 2 choices in this sort of situation. You can choose to give up, or you can choose to step up. Now, I am very much about that latter category. There's no point bemoaning the fact, oh, well, I can't win because this army is so much better than mine. Find new ways to play with your army. That's part of the fun for me. I really enjoy it. In fact, when something becomes really good and it starts to become a challenge to beat them, you go, that's for me exactly when I rise to the challenge and go, okay, well, let's see, can they be beaten? And if so, how can I change my tactics with my existing army, rather than going and just collecting the army, the army that wins. So with no further ado, let's go over my list and some of the thoughts around it. I am taking advantage of the raiding force today from Codex Drukhari, which basically allows me to take 3 patrols, which is very, very useful, especially for taking things like flyers. And I actually get a refund of 4 command points. So basically, it means that I get to take more things and not be punished CP-wise for it. So that's quite good. Now, Cabal-wise, because I am predominantly a Cabalite Drukhari player, if you like. I do have some Coven and Witch stuff, but I have a lot more Cabalite stuff painted, and that's the theme of my list. Sorry to talk about theme in a Tactica, don't kill me. But I have to have a theme for my army to work in my head. I don't know why I've always played that way. So with the Cabalites, I am running Flayed Skull today. So they will be headed up by the Spider himself. I'm going to go for the Warlord trait, Hatred Eternal, which gives me reroll wounds on my weapons, and I have given the Relic the Gin Blade. Now, a couple of things here. Is the Relic, the Gin Blade, the best relic to take is Flayed Skull the best cabal to take? Yes and no, and yes and no, and yes and no. I'm warming to Flayed Skull a lot, just for the extra maneuverability and the fact that I'm very, very rarely, if ever now, paying for that second Splinter Cannon upgrade on Venoms, which means that the extra movement will enable me to get into rapid fire range with the Twin Link Splinter Rifles a little easier. I'm also really digging the Ignore Light Cover. And I'm also really digging the inbuilt reroll ones on those poison weapons with the rapid fire. So, you know, there's a bunch of buffs there. But ultimately, Vect and Blackheart and, you know, the ability to have things like Writ of the Living Muse, for me, is probably still better, but it does really depend on how you're running your list now. So there is an argument, you know, there always was, to be fair, and that's why I quite like Drukhari, because some of the things are actually quite critically balanced, but that Agents of Vect always sort of tipped you over into Blackheart more often than not, especially in a competitive setting, because you can just shut an opponent down. But I'm not doing that this game. So this is kind of like a test for me. How would I run my Flayed Skull? Well, this is one variant. So in that raiding party, headed up by the Spider, I've also got a Slith and I've got a Lamian. Now, the Slith is a bit frivolous. The Lamian's definitely just sort of, I had the extra points, but it does also serve a purpose, because I want to be able to start all 3 Archons in one Venom if I wanted to, because as I've just revealed, I've got another 2 Archons coming, and not have them blow up and die. So basically the Lamian will act as an ablative wound if necessary, and then I've got the Slith on top of that. The Slith's actually really useful at keeping the Archons alive as well when they're out on the ground. So, you know, I have spent some points on them, but I didn't have anything else that I could buy anyway, and it's a good protection mechanism, so why not? Then in that first patrol, I also have 2 units of Cabalite Warriors with a single blaster upgrade. You know, every Drukhari player knows the Darklight never does anything, but you buy it just in case it does. And then I've got my first unit of Scourges. Ooh, a flock of Scourge. How I love them. With 4 Haywire Blasters. Are these guys good? Are they worth taking competitively? Yes and no, and yes and no. You know, sometimes they're going to be clutch against mechanized lists, and I'm seeing a lot more mechanized lists, especially carrying troops in 9th edition. So for me, Scourges are in pretty much every list I've written. I've ended up taking Scourges, which is quite interesting, isn't it? I do like the fact that they're also maneuverable, and I do like the fact that we have obscuring terrain, which does help protect things like Scourges a little easier than if you were playing a standard 8th edition 40k game before. Then finally, rounding up that patrol, I have a Void Raven Bomber. Oof, cheeky. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Why do I have a Void Raven? Well, again, the weapons, and I've paid for the missiles, by the way. Well, the missiles come paid for, actually, now in 9th, which is great, as per the Munitor and Field Manual. Should have always been like that anyway, in my opinion. I like the Mortal Wound Bomb. It's probably not going to have a... well, I say that, actually. It can be clutch, even against vehicles, because you're still rolling 3d6. And having those extra mortal wounds and then combining it with things like Scourge, which I traditionally really struggle with mechanized walls with my Drukhari. So this list is kind of aimed at being very finely balanced to mitigate that. I've got great anti-tank, I've got great anti-infantry. So I've got the Void Raven. Is what it is. Let's see how it does. I am taking the scythes. So I've got the multiple shots rather than the Void Lance, which is, I know, strength 9, which would help me wound better, but and has pretty good damage. But I think the more shots will be more beneficial overall. And of course, I have 3 Venoms. I've already spoken about it. Splinter Cannons, but no secondary Splinter Cannon upgrade. We've got 3 twin-linked Splinter Rifles. So that's the first patrol, nice and neat with the Warlord in there. I then have 2 more patrols, and they are identical. So what we have is an Archon leading the second patrol. We have 2 more units of Cabalite Warriors with blasters. And then we have another unit of Scourge with 4 Haywire Blasters. And then we have a second Void Raven with the missiles. And then we have 3 more dedicated transport Venoms. Then in my third patrol, I've got the exact same thing. So you've got 3 patrols with 1 Void Raven in each, 3 units of Scourge across each patrol, 6 units of troops across each patrol, 9 Venoms unlocked by having the Archons, because they're extra units, infantry units. I think it's a really cool list, actually. It's certainly nasty. Is it space? Can it beat Space Marines? It can, under the right circumstances. It's still going to be a really hard game. I'm not going into this game expecting to win, in all honesty. And usually I'm pretty confident with my Drukhari, but Space Marines are real tough right now. Be very interesting to play this game again after the Space Marine Codex is released, because there are changes coming in the Space Marine Codex. So I'm sure that the game will play differently again, right? So that will be interesting. Perhaps we'll do that if enough of you want to see a rematch post Space Marine Codex release. So that's it. It's 1997 points. Secondary wise, I've gone for some pretty obvious ones. I've gone for Bring It Down because Bone is rocking 5 vehicles and they're all more than 10 wounds, so I can get max on that. And I've got the ability to actually maybe destroy some vehicles with this Drukhari force. I've also gone for Engage on all fronts. Again, kind of a no-brainer when I've got 3 flyers and 9 Venoms. You know, I should be able to get that every turn. And I've also gone for the mission-specific one, priority objective, where you secretly pick a priority objective, and if I hold that, and it can be in your deployment zone as well, if you hold that, then you'll get 3 points. I think it's 3 points. You get 5 points if you hold both priority objectives, so yours and your opponent's. It's probably going to be quite tricky for me, honestly, holding both, but I think I should be able to secure my own, you know, for at least a few turns. And then with my other secondaries, I should be in a position to really, you know, score some points, if you like, early on. Let's see how that goes. Let's cover the mission for you. That's coming up next. Welcome to the bombed out ruins of this battlefield. Today's mission is Priority Target, a Strike Force mission from the Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament Mission Pack. 5 predetermined objective markers are placed onto the battlefield. The players then reposition 4 of these objective markers and secretly note one of them as their priority objective as per the mission guidelines. The primary objective is Take and Hold, a progressive mission where players score 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they achieve at the end of each of their command phases: holding 1 or more objectives, holding 2 or more objectives, and holding more objectives than their opponents. These are cumulative and cannot be scored in the first battle round. Each player also chooses 3 secondary objectives that can score up to 15 points each. Here we go. The battlefield is now full of evil elf space raiders. The real space raiders, the Drukhari, against the Obsidian Dragons.
Yes.
Salamander's successors today. So, priority objective wise, we've picked our priority objectives, or rather we have revealed them. Mr. Bone has chosen this one here as his priority objective. And over here, just outside that ruin, just to be clear, that is another priority objective, just tucked in, sort of in there. You can see from the top down. Now we do of course have the central objective, which didn't move, and the other 2 objectives moved, as you saw on the deployment camera. So as it stands, Mr. Bone chose to be the attacker. So I picked this defending zone here. We'll go over our deployments at the end of this turn summary. But we're both, I think we both seem to have a battle plan here, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes down. Be interesting to see who wants to go first and who wins this roll-off. Now, just terrain-wise, a quick note. We have 4 large pieces of obscuring terrain across the board, 2 in the center here. We have obstacles, cargo containers here, which we're also counting as dents because there's lots of little crates and stuff on them, so we built them up a bit like gantries that you can walk across them, etc., and it looks quite cool. So they're dents as well as obstacles. And over here we have 2 large line of sight blocking as well, bunkers here. You cannot enter them, and they will effectively count as hills in that respect. So let's roll to see who goes first, shall we?
Yes, that would be nice. I'd like to go first, I think.
You would like to go first? Okay.
Yes.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
He
I've
rolled
rolled
a
a
2.
2.
We'll re-roll then.
That was my one chance, wasn't it?
I don't know. Well, I've not gone first, actually, in quite a few games recently.
No, that was it.
It seems today.
Oh, okay. All right. The battle has already begun. A 3.
I roll a 2. Yeah, okay.
Well,
you can choose to go first.
I will go first, yes.
Right, okay. Well, we'll let him do his movement phase, and then we'll come right back. The turn 1 movement phase is complete. The Obsidian Dragons have moved out of their positions, although still maintaining some defensive positions with this repulsor, or impulsor rather, back there with 5 Marines inside, holding that objective. And over here, this impulsor's had a little shuffle, but the Marines have had to get out to protect the chapter master.
Because I rolled a 1 on my advance, and then I re-rolled it and still rolled a 1. It was a great time. So I had to rethink my whole movement phase, actually, which I can still do some damage this turn. I've still got some targets that I can take out. Oh, by the way, this is the one with 6. This was the one with 5 in it, the one in the center. So, because I have 2 of 6 and 1 of 5.
Oh, okay,
so
yes, there's 5 Marines
over there.
Sorry, yes, so one just hiding in the corner there.
Yes, so
okay.
Because his advance roll was so poor, what I was going to do is get them all, the idea was to get them behind the obscuring and then actually castle up right here, and then I'd have my aggressors to move out in turn 2 when you come forward, if you come forward.
Yes.
When I rolled so poorly with the advances, though, it got me to kind of like a no man's land area where I couldn't quite get the rerolls. I had moved this impulsor first.
Yeah.
Probably in retrospect, I should have focused on moving these guys first, and I could have rearranged a little bit.
Sure.
But you know, that was that. I didn't want to kind of take back that movement phase because that's not what we're doing. We're playing a Tactica. So yeah, I'm still getting rerolls for these guys here. I've got range on some of your Haywire bikes here as well as a couple of your Venoms. My las cannons both have eyes on this as well.
So the impulsor's gotten the Marines out. He can spy a couple of Scourge rounds the corner on that bunker.
Yes.
He is going through some obscuring terrain, so 1 or 2. We'll have to check whether they're in range and line of sight. They should all be in range because you've got the extra 3 inches,
yeah,
right?
so they're in range from where I saw. It looked like that they could all see.
Okay,
but yeah, so but we can double check that because line of sight comes down to obviously you've got these big wings flapping around, so I can definitely see some of.
Sure.
Everyone can see a wing essentially.
Sure. So as long as everyone can see a wing, it's just because that wall is here. So that's obscuring. So as long as we can see there's a line. Yeah, he can just get through there, no problem. So he's got 5.
Which is
6
also
Marines.
why I've kind of column weird column way. I normally wouldn't do that.
Sure.
So that's it. That's that's the idea. I mean, if I can kill a Venom or 2, as well as a Flyer and a few Scourges, I'll actually be pretty happy with that, considering how disastrous the movement turn was. I'd like to get rid of as much Haywire as quickly as possible because that will be a problem. We'll have to see.
Okay, all right, well, there's no Psychic phase because there's no Librarian in this Marine force. Let's see what he does in his shooting phase. It's the shooting phase, everyone, and he's opening with the lethal bolt rounds of the Primaris Intercessors. However, a couple of notes. We are counting this as a hill, but of course it is on a square base, as with all of our ruins, and our ruins have various obstacles on them. The tank dragon teeth, barricades here, so we're counting them as barricades and fuel pipes, which is what they are. I have a dragon tooth there, and I'm within 3 inches of it with 2 of my Scourge, so 2 of them are in cover. I'm now going to spend a CP called Hunt from the Shadows. It now adds 2 to my cover save instead of 1 for those models, which is very nice because Scourge have a base save of 4, giving me a 2-up save. Huzzah! I'm also going to spend another 2 CP and put lightning fast reactions on them. So he's now a -1 to hit me. He doesn't have any rerolls, and I have a 2-up save. So that's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to see if I can counter you with any other strategies. It doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Right. Well, let's see what we can do.
Cool.
So hitting you on 4s. Okay, not bad. And then wounding you on 3s. Ooh, okay, only 4 wounds.
4. And what guns are those?
They're assault bolters.
They're the assault bolters, yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so 2-up saves.
Okay. No minus at the minute?
No,
because you're in Devastator's Doctrine,
yes.
yeah. I was having an absolute brain fart there. I do fail 1. That would kill the Cyberite leader. Do I care about that? Probably not. I'll let you have it.
Sure.
Except I do have a 6-up shrug, power from pain. No, okay, so the Cyberite leader does die. Right, that's that sequence finished. As a result, because I did remove the one model that this impulsor could see, which was that Cyberite there, or Solarite rather, as Scourges call them, he can no longer see me. So through this obscuring wall here. So I've saved the Scourge, huzzah!
Hey.
But I can't save anything else. Namely from this repulsor here. So he's going to split the Fire Twin, Las Cannon and Iron Hail Heavy Stubber into the Void Raven. All the other guns into the Venom just beneath him.
Yes. So that's just all else is in range is my Heavy Onslaught and Onslaught Gatling.
Yes. Yes.
So I have used a stratagem here called the Crucible of Battle.
Sure.
So you can use this in the shooting or fight phase when a salamander unit from your army is chosen to shoot or fight with until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, add 1 to the wound roll. So
Excellent.
I can use it on that. This doesn't say infantry or anything, and I
Nope.
checked the FAQ.
Oh, you checked the fact.
I checked the FAQ, yes I did.
Handy.
I've tried to be prepared for once.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. So
Okay.
it's heavy Onslaught, so 12 shots. Hit you, they've got an inbuilt -1 from memory.
Yes.
So it's 4s re-rolling because I am within range of my Chapter Master
Yes, sir.
there. Good thing too. Okay, not bad. And then to wound
One
you.
3 in there as well.
Yep. So that's 8 hits.
Yep.
To wound you would be normally
Strength 5, right?
6.
Are you strength 6 on the onslaught, are you?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me
Yeah,
triple
okay.
check. Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon is... Oh no, it's strength 5, forgive me. So it would
Yeah, I
normally be
thought so.
4s, but it's now 3.
But it's now 3s anyway, exactly, yeah. Otherwise
Cool.
it would have been 2s.
Yeah, which would be
Oof.
crazy. Okay, cool. So 4 wounds at -2.
You got it, because Devastator Doctrine is in effect.
Correct.
I have a 4+ invulnerable save anyway. Today's battle report brought to you by the number 4, it would seem. I do fail all 4 of those. I'm not Black Heart, so I don't get any 6-up shrugs. That's 4 wounds down on that Venom Surge.
Sure. So
Okay.
we'll just move on to the Onslaught Gatling Cannon now. To hit you. Okay, full house. Very nice. 3. Okay, so it's another 4
more.
wounds.
See, I told you today's battle report was brought to you by the number 4. I do make one of those saves, but I fail 3. I am destroyed.
Very good.
Do I take anything with me? No, I do not. 1 Venom down. Next up is the Heavy Stubber into this Void Raven.
Yeah.
The deadliest of Space Marine weaponry being employed here.
This
Does
3
get
hits.
3 hits.
I need that roll again though.
You would need 5s.
No wounds there.
4s you would have needed actually, to be fair, because +1 to wound, right?
Correct, yes. So
Is it just on the? It's on your unit rather
It's
than
on my
putting
unit,
it on
yeah,
one of my
correct.
units.
So
I
that's at
believe, yeah.
-2 because of
Okay.
Devastator Doctrine.
I do indeed
Cool.
take my first
Take a
wound.
wound. Okay, very nice. The last cannons. Both miss, but can we roll? 1 hit. To wound you will be a 2. That is a
get the
wound,
2,
so it's
okay.
-4. I don't believe you get a
Well, I
save.
get a 5+ invulnerable
Okay,
save
sure.
because we have our Night Shields. Do fail that. That would be D6 damage. Go for it.
6.
D6. Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay, so 7 wounds down on that Void Raven. That brings us to the second repulsor. Out of range of all of its weapons, bar the twin laser cannon and the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber again, will also fire into the Void Raven again.
Yeah, so no +1 to wound this time. So the Heavy Stubber to hit. I've hit you twice, re-rolling. I've hit you 3 times. 5s and 6s to wound. Can we roll 1s here? No wounds. Okay, the las cannons. 2 hits. Very nice. I can re-roll that 1.
Re-roll the 1, yeah.
And then I need to decide if I want to use a CP to re-roll that. I do. I'm going to re-roll them both.
Okay.
Obviously, that's where the salamander re-rolls would come in, but I
Yeah.
thought more rate of firepower, the sneaky
Sure.
would
And also,
help.
just as a point of note, Bone did use a CP to re-roll the advance roll in the movement phase, which we
Yeah.
missed with the Chapter Master, so he has a CP down anyway.
Yeah.
He rolled the same number, which was a 1.
All right, so
Okay.
let's see what we can do here.
1 fails, 1 passes.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, you can't
So-
re-roll a re-roll with the
No.
lieutenant.
So, yeah,
So
5
I
up
now
invulnerable.
need a 5+ in a vulnerable save. I fail that. I will use a CP.
Sure.
Let's get a Night Shield happening. Yes, and it pays off.
Okay, cool. That's my
We
turn.
Survive. That's your turn?
Yeah, I've got nothing else I can shoot you.
Oh, that's crazy
Yeah,
talk.
the advanced rolls and everything really kind of put me in it, but that's it.
All right, well, let's have a proper chat then, end of turn summary, talk about your deployments and how that turn went.
So, deployment-wise, yeah, look, the deployment was fine. I did need to be a bit further forward. I was never really going to be in range to get all my guns to bear this turn, but I need to be threatening the center board so that when my aggressors actually get out, they can do the work. So I have positioned well for my future turns. I was hoping it was a bit of a gamble to try and get rid of those scourges, but I was like, if I could wipe that unit, or at least like take out 2 or 3 of those haywires, I thought that that would be worth it. Needless to say, I only killed 1. So, you know, that's just how that is. Where the turn kind of fell down a bit was my advance rolls. I got a 1 and a 1 for my lieutenant and my captain. And that really put me in an awkward position. It meant I had to deploy or disembark a unit of my Marines, which I didn't really want to have to do. That unit of Marines could have actually been used to put more hurt in on that unit of Scourges. That was the original plan. But when that all fell apart, I had to be more defensive of my Chapter Master, knowing that Lawrence has flyers that he can just fly over and start to do pot shots on them and stuff. The way he's positioned now, he's surrounded by a unit of Intercessors. There is obscuring terrain in the way. It will be very difficult for Lawrence to get through there. But, you know, it just depends on how he moves and the sorts of rolls that he gets when he attacks. So, did I kill enough? No, probably not. I really wanted to get one of those flyers, but I think I've bracketed him, so that will help. And I did still manage to score 5 points, 1 for my priority objective, and then also, 3 for my priority objective, and then 2 points for one of the Venoms. It's going to be an interesting turn, the next one. I'm going to suffer a lot of firepower now, and I'm quite interested to see actually what I've got left, and if I'll have enough to counterpunch back. I'd be feeling more confident if I'd killed one of those flyers, but that's a dice game, I guess. So burnt a few CP. I've still got enough up my sleeve though to be able to do some work. Lawrence is going to have to come forwards, and that's when my flamers and aggressors will get to do their work as well. So it just depends on what he does. So we will be back after his movement phase. We are almost at the end of the movement phase, but it is time to drop the bombs. So we've got this first flyer, the damaged one, the one that I wanted to kill, can still move 40, which breaks my heart, but there it is. So we're going to fly over this unit of Marines in the center here and drop some bombs. So Lawrence, if you would like to do so.
Right, so I'll place him. I'm going to drop. His maximum is roughly there.
Okay, very nice.
And he has to pass over you at that angle there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. It's all very technical.
Very technical
that
indeed.
Seems right, yeah. So we're going over this guy's back here.
Uh-huh.
And we're dropping a bomb.
Very nice.
You have 6 Marines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Die. That is 4 mortal wounds.
4 mortal wounds.
2 die.
Very nice. Death from lots of death.
Above.
Yes. The second bomber now is going to drop a bomb on the repulsor here. We thought we'd just do the movement first because it's not that exciting, other than the cool noises we can make as we fly over the table. I do like making sound effects.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so because you're just a single unit, it's on 3, so you take some mortal wounds. You take 2 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds down on the repulsor, so it begins. The third and final bombing run on the repulsor again. Another 2 mortal wounds.
Very good. He's down to 14 wounds remaining. So that is the movement phase complete.
Is it 14? Did they start with 16 or 18?
Oh, they start with 16. Forgive me. He's down to 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
For a minute, I was like, oh, he's got 18 wounds. He started with 18 wounds.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. That's a bit too much. If only I could find the 12 on the dice.
Impossible.
There it is. There we go. So let's summarize the movement now.
Yes.
So obviously we've seen the bombing runs. We've come this way over here. We've taken to the center of the board with 2 Venoms. So they are currently threatening to take that objective away from me if we can shift these Marines.
He's empty, just for you folks at home. That's why you've got a little guy by the base. He didn't stand up on there, but he's got a squad in.
Very good. We come over here. We've got this Venom holding this objective. We've come forward with some of the Scourges here as well, holding that one. We've jumped up on the top here and come around the corner, so they're out to play. We've left 3 Venoms back in the backfield, biding their time by the looks of it, waiting for the right time to strike. And then we've got this Venom here, who's obscured. He's just hanging out. I believe he's on an objective.
Who, this guy?
Yeah.
No, he's just hanging out behind the obscured terrain.
Oh, right. I thought he might be sitting on an objective.
He felt that he was a bit in the shade before.
Sure.
So, you know, we Drukhari, we don't get out in the sun very much.
So he's just having a little sun.
He's just having his moment in the sun.
Very nice.
And then hopefully he'll live long enough to enjoy it.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
So that is the movement phase done. We'll be back in the shooting phase, for there is no psychic, in just a moment. Kicking off the shooting phase with this unit of Scourges behind this hill ruin thing.
Yeah. A hill with some obstacles on it.
Yeah, an obstacle hill.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I think it looks great, but we need to define it.
No one can say we
properly.
don't have enough terrain on this table.
Yeah,
okay?
there's a lot.
We've got a lot of terrain on this table.
There's a lot going on. So all they can see is this repulsor. They're going to shoot at the repulsor.
Yes.
So that's
yes,
it.
That's it.
That's it.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, so we get 4d3 shots.
That's a nice
There you
spot.
go, put it up there. See?
Very good.
Isn't that good?
So that's
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the average.
Okay, very nice.
4. Just bear with me. Elevator
Yep.
music.
No,
5,
that's
6,
fine.
7, 8. Hear the elevator music?
Yes. Din, din,
Right,
din,
roll into
din.
hits. Roll into hits. Load of hits.
Very good.
Okay, now we do mortal wounds because of haywire on 4s, and 6s would do extra special stuff. We don't get any 6s. It all sort of evens out in the end. Just 3.
3 mortal wounds. Okay,
Yes.
nothing I can do about that. So he's down to 9 remaining. Second unit, same target.
Yes. Same target. 4d3 shots. We're rolling up here because I think that seems like a nice place.
It's
3,
fun.
4, 5, 6, 7 this time.
The blessed number.
We've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just 4 hits.
Right.
I was hoping for better. 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds. He's down to 7. Also the blessed number. It's a turn of 7s. And the last unit, same again.
Same again. 4d3 shots.
Oh, that's better.
3, 6, 9,
11.
10, 11. It always seems to come around, doesn't it?
Always.
4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. 11.
Well done.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Oh,
10 hits. Remarkable.
now if we got that again,
Yeah, he'd be dead.
that would be real now. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, sort of my below average luck ended up becoming well above average.
Yep.
What's interesting about that is, Mr. Bone, I'll tell you right now, if only the audience could see your face.
Yeah.
Those are 5 6s, Bone.
So it's D3.
So it's 5d3,
Cool.
and then you'd need to make 5 saves of 4
Sure.
up. So 5d3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mortal
15.
wounds in total.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick measure here because I might just blow that up.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure I'm not catching any of my other guys. Hang on a
Okay.
sec. Okay,
Rewind.
so we're going to do a slight rewind here. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I had thought that Armour of Contempt was only against mortal wounds dealt out in the psychic phase.
Yep.
And so when I went to my codex, I realised that that's not the case.
Yep.
As this is a coaching element, this is actually how you would play it. And if I'd known the stratagem, this is definitely how I would have played it.
So let them go back and do it.
So we're gonna
because
go back and do
obviously
it.
That's what you'd do.
And I'm still probably going to die because we've watched it back. I've taken 20
Maybe.
mortal wounds.
Maybe. You might force me to fire some other bits at you.
Yeah.
I'm using a CP on Fire and Fade as well,
Yes,
which you've
so
seen.
we've
I've just done that
disappeared
off
over
camera.
here. Very nice.
Just to let everyone know. So we haven't really gone back really because
but-
we've only fired haywire at that vehicle.
Exactly.
You would have employed that stratagem
Yeah.
anyway.
So I wouldn't
I
have-
would let someone do that in a tournament.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
I
That's
wouldn't-
part of the coaching.
Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. So I now need to roll to see if I can ignore these mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So I've dropped one of my dice. I'll re-roll one of these. So looking for 5s and 6s. Okay, so I rolled 2, 3 out of all of that.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
made no difference.
Oh, wow.
No need to re-roll. So he does die.
Because you could have got cheeky with that and forced
Could
it.
have.
You
Could
forced
have.
me to fire more at you.
That was the well, that was the hope. That was the dream. But here we are. So do I now explode? I do not.
Okay.
So now I am going to have to decide. I don't want to auto explode because that will get me, but I might want to fire some of my weapons on there.
Sure.
So let me have a look at that. Okay, so I've decided not to use Vengeance for the Machine Spirit. Now, the reason being, I'm not actually guaranteed to kill anything. Probably the best play at this stage would be to fire the Twin Las Cannon over here and try and take out this flyer. Now, I probably get one through, maybe, and that's all. It's not even guaranteed that I'll get one through. You know, I am re-rolling to hit. But it is 4s re-rolling, and then it's 3s to wound. I don't really want to use all those CP because next turn I need to burn a whole bunch of them. So when I'm looking at it as far as the cost and reward, the risk of just burning 2 CP and then not killing that flyer is too much. Another play you could look at would actually be to put the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon into this Venom.
Yeah.
Now, as far as a denial of points, it's probably a bit better. Because then this objective, Lawrence still has to get rid of those 4 Primaris, but he has plenty of shooting to do so. If he doesn't, I will be holding that objective, and that's worth 5 points. If he does, though, then there'll be more people on that objective. I obviously won't hold it. So that could be another play, but again, 12 shots hitting on 4s, and then there's a 4-up invulnerable in there as well.
Yeah. You are re-rolling.
I am re-rolling, but I'm only wounding you on 4s.
There's a 5-up invulnerable, not 4-up.
5, okay.
Yeah, we're not Harlequins.
Right.
The thing is, you're looking at 8 hits with your re-rolls. Average. You know, you might get more, you might get less.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at
you
4
are wounded
wounds.
on 4s.
Yeah,
and you've got your lieutenant's not in range.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 4 wounds only.
Yeah. So
as an average, you could go for it, but you've got to assume I also fail every single save. Which,
Yeah.
hey, I might. You know, it happens. But yeah, the odds aren't in your favour.
no. So that's that. So I've decided not to do that. So there you go. This is the coaching element that we talk about. I don't think the risk is worth it. So I now need to roll for the aggressors inside. There's a unit of 5. I've lost 1.
That is about the average.
Yeah, I don't really want to lose any. So I'm seriously considering re-rolling that.
Can you use a CP on a
Oh no, you
close-up?
can't.
Yeah.
You can't. No, that's changed. Cool. Okay. Well, I've lost 1. So, well, there it is. So, lots of coaching and explanation around what just happened over there. I hope you guys learned something. I certainly have myself. The Void Raven on the left, now that the gooey content of the aggressors has spilled out, will fire everything into them. Okay, very good.
Yes.
So, let's see what we can do.
I don't like them.
No.
No, don't like them. Right, 2d3 scythe shots. 4, that's the average. To hit you, sir. 2, that's not the average. To wound you, sir. 2, that is about the average.
What's the minus?
Isn't that crazy? It is -4, so actually there's no save, to be fair.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's d3 damage. So
Sure.
do I kill one? I do. Do I kill another? I do.
Double 6, very nice.
Okay.
2 aggressors slain, savage stuff. And now the Shatterfield.
Yes, the Shatterfield. 3 shots.
Very nice.
3 hits.
Okay.
3s to wounds, and I can re-roll because that's what the Shatterfield rule is.
Cool.
3 wounds. These are at -1, so you get
Okay.
4 up saves.
4 up saves. I make 2, I fail 1.
That's not very nice.
No. So it's just single damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1's on
He's still
2
alive.
wounds remaining. Yeah, well, good. The second Void Raven bomber is going to do the exact same thing.
Yes, the Dark Scythes. 6 shots.
Very nice.
From Commodore. 4 hits.
Okay.
4 hits there, Mr. Bone. 3 wounds, Mr. Bone.
Cool.
So it's 3d3. So
Yep.
the first, does it kill? It
Yep.
does, because you had 2 wounds remaining.
And you can roll
it's
those
just
2d3 together.
2d3 at the
There's
same
anyone left.
time.
Cool.
Got him.
That is the unit of aggressors wiped. That is a huge blow for the
Yes,
salamanders.
because he's not within 3.
The first of the Venoms open up. The unit inside, we've got a blaster being fired at the impulsor and then rapid fire splinter cannons into the unit of Marines standing on that objective.
Yes, so 8 shots.
Very
here.
good.
Rapid firing. We could re-roll 1s with Flayed Skull. We don't get any 1s. 4s to wound, because poison. And that is 3 wounds.
3 wounds there. Okay,
Yes,
very
so
good.
3 up saves.
Gonna make some saves. You kill a Primaris.
Kills 1.
Well done.
Okay. Blaster now. Lucky Dark Light. Oh, it hits. It wounds. Now that's ominous for Drukhari.
Well, I do get a 4-up invulnerable on this.
Yes, you do. You've got your shield down.
Which
Lovely.
does come to life. Okay, cool. Nice stuff. I'll remove that Primaris now. The Venom firing at the same target. So he's still in rapid fire.
Yes. Rerolling 1s because we have Flayed Skull.
Very good.
And incidentally, folks, for those that don't know, Flayed Skull also ignores the light cover. So
Sure.
with rapid fire weapons, poison weapons when they're in.
Yeah.
In Venoms, or they are a Venom fly vehicle. So that is a lot of hits.
Yes, very nice.
Now to wound you. That is a cocked die, I would say. It was very odd. Okay, 1, 2, 3 wounds.
3 wounds, okay.
Yes.
3-up saves, power armor. No, I fail all 3.
Okay, wow.
So that kills 1 and puts 1 on 1 wound remaining. This empty Venom will do the same.
Yes. 1, 1 to re-roll. Some hits. Now some wounds. That is 3 wounds, sir.
3 wounds, okay.
3
well,
wounds.
if I roll like I did before, that will be the end of the unit. I
No,
do
you don't.
manage finally to make some saves.
It had
Very
to
good.
come around.
Yes.
I'm
well,
happy to move on to this unit, if you
Let's
like.
do it, yeah.
I'll fire the Venom
Uh-huh.
first, because I've got those dice. 3 right into your 2 infantry there. Re-rolling the 1. Okay. Now to wound you, sir. Just the 3 wounds.
Just 3 wounds, okay. Saves. You kill 1, there's 1 left alive. Did you want to move on to the unit inside?
Yes,
or? Yes,
I do. So they'll rapid fire at you, and they'll put the blaster into this.
Okay, very good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rapid fire. I'll re-roll those 2s. 3 wounds. I like to do 3 wounds. Don't
Yeah, it's been working out really well for you.
At first, the battle report was brought to you by the number 4. Now it's a number 3.
Yeah, it's reducing in power. I do make all those saves, though. Very good.
The blaster hits. The blaster wounds.
Okay, 4-up invulnerable. I make that on a 6.
Very nice.
Very good. The final Venom now. Still going for this lone Primaris Marine. Can he survive? We shall have to see.
I hope not.
I
hope
so.
he can't. We re-roll those 1s there, Bone. Well, that was a hit.
Yes, so you've hit with everything. Well done.
Thank you.
That's all right.
1, 2, 3, 4 wounds there, Mr. Bone.
4 wounds. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. 3-up
Yeah,
saves.
That's 4 wounds there.
He's dead.
Oh, he's
very,
triple dead,
very
actually.
dead. Okay, very good. Out of targets now, the unit inside will be firing into the Impulsor.
Yes. 4 rifles. The deadliest technology Comara has to offer. Oh, it does get a wound.
It does get a wound. Brilliant. And the normal guys, they ignore my light cover as well.
Yes, because I'm in a vehicle. I'm in a vehicle that can fly with a rapid fire weapon. I ignore your cover.
I'm very glad I took sneaky. That's very good. I do make the save. Okay, and then the blaster.
The thing is, though, like from a tactical point of view, you probably would. So,
Yeah.
like, you can't always tailor to who you're gonna. It's got to be like an all-comers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know.
That was just me being glib.
Yeah. Did you made that save? Did you? My blaster's
Yeah,
failed.
I made the save, and okay, good. That's something. So you failed.
Yeah,
Great.
failed there.
Cool. Okay, so it's just over to this guy. Do you know what you're going to shoot at?
Well, he's degraded now. I might put the Flayed Skull stratagem on for +1 to hit against vehicles that fly,
Okay.
or units that fly. It's called Slayer of the Skies.
Sure. Would you want to have a quick think about that?
I'll just double check. I think it is 1 CP, but I'll double check.
Okay. All right, so we have used the stratagem. It is only 1 CP, Masters of the Shadowed Sky, and we're firing everything into the repulsor.
Yeah, seeing if I can get an early start on this guy. That's 4 shots.
Very nice.
Normally you'd hit on 2s now, but we're degraded, so back to 3s. Hey, it makes a difference.
Nice.
3 hits, but you're a whopping toughness 8.
I am.
I do make 1 wound.
Okay, -4.
Yep, so no
No
save.
save.
D3 damage. And it's only 1 wound.
Okay.
Ooh. 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 I think I might have to use a CP on that.
Okay.
Because I want to try and get as many wounds off of things like this as I can. 2.
2. Okay, cool. So
Probably
he's
not
down.
worth it, but look, it made me feel good about my life.
Well, that's good.
D6, D6 shots with the Shatter Field. 3.
3.
2 hits. Can reroll failed wounds because it's Shatter Field. Does get a wound, -1 save.
Okay, 4 up. I make it on a 6.
So you only lose 2 wounds, but
Yes, but you know,
I mean,
better.
it did something. I've scratched some of the paintwork.
Yeah, well done. So that's the end of the turn. I'm sure we can all agree that was a pretty savage one. To lose a repulsor and an entire unit of aggressors was painful.
Yeah,
Very, very
necessary
painful.
for me, but
Yeah.
painful for you. Yeah.
Well, scored a bunch of points, which is good.
Yes.
I mean, I'll let you talk more about that in your wrap up in just a moment. But yeah, I'm concerned. But look, this is the thing. Space Marines still kick out so much firepower that it may actually be okay. Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a good test actually for this list to see what happens when you get out, because that is kind of the equivalent of an Alpha Strike. That's what's essentially
as about as Alpha Strike as I could do against something like this.
Yeah. So look, we'll let you talk about it more in your turn 1 wrap up, and then we'll be back to see what I can do. See you soon.
Not bad, not bad. About as good as I could do. Would I have liked to have gone first? Maybe. Sometimes, I know there was a big feeling at first, like, oh, if you go first, you win. It's not always true. I've often found going second has actually really helped me. This might be one of those instances where that is true. So deployment-wise, I'll just cover that very briefly. I did deploy quite defensively because obviously I didn't know whether I was going to go first or not. Managed to pretty much hide all of the Scourge, and the only Scourge which were out slightly in the open were those 2 that Bone could see, and they were behind one of those obstacles, so I knew that I could sort of take cover, if you like, and have a pretty good save. He shouldn't be able to get a tremendous amount of firepower off against me, and that actually proved quite useful in the end because all of my Scourge ultimately survived, or at least the ones with the Haywire Blasters. I did, in my movement phase, manage to get line of sight and everything quite comfortably on all of the targets I wanted. I've done a bit of shuffling of the Venoms, holding some back deliberately so that they can counter in future turns, because the problem with, well, not the problem, the cool thing about the Salamanders is that they can just sort of open up with their flame weapons and quite literally delete half my army in a turn if I'm all in range, and he's got that extra range of 11 inches. So I've deliberately kept stuff back and out of line of sight so that's not going to be possible for him to do. So I've still got some pieces to use for turn 2 and turn 3. I'm expecting to blink now and see quite a lot of my units removed. That is the nature of aggressors and Space Marines in general. He's got a lot of very accurate firepower, which, you know, and I'm paper planes basically, so it's not good. I'm not expecting to hang around for a long time, but I have swarmed across quite a lot of the board. I'm holding more objectives than he is. I've got a foothold in the centre, if you like, which I expect he'll probably come and just destroy everything on. But he's going to sort of have to do that now. Otherwise, I will end up holding more objectives. I've really, like, smashed one of his flanks hard there. But he's still got a whole other repulsor and a unit of aggressors. It's pretty nasty. I did rack up 9 points. I did get the full for engage on all fronts, which is good. I did get my own priority targets, holding that objective there, and of course I got my first bring it down with a significant repulsor kill. And I've made a little bit of an inroads onto the second repulsor, which I felt was the right thing to do. I nearly went to kill the Marines, but I felt it was worthwhile getting a head start on those repulsors, because I know they've got so many wounds and it's actually quite hard to chew through all of them in one turn. So you sort of want to start to make a little bit of a dent, and then hopefully in my next turn I can destroy him. Using Fire and Fade, I've protected 2 units of Scourges now, because one was actually happily able to hide behind that hill and still get line of sight on the repulsor, which is now dead. The second unit used Fire and Fades to jump back down after firing. So actually I should, in theory, in fact I don't see how it's possible for him to kill those 2 units of Scourge. So I should still have 2 units of Scourge next turn, which is really useful for me, because that's probably my last bit of reliable anti-tank I've got. So we'll see in my last turn 2. In my experience, generally by turn 3 as a Drukhari player, I concede. So hopefully I don't concede this go. We'll see. movement phase is now complete, and the dragons are about to let loose their terrible flame. The aggressors have gotten out of the repulsor, and they're surrounding the chapter master there with the lieutenant just in the middle. The repulsor did move
Just a little shift, just to get some, yeah.
A little shuffle. Over here, the impulsor is on that objective still, not contesting currently, but is within 3 of the objective if these middle units were to all be destroyed. Over here we have an impulsor which is sort of reversed up to the Void Ravens. Perhaps he's hoping to take the crew home, the pilots home, after the Void Ravens are destroyed. Who knows?
We're going to take them in for questioning. We'll be like, tell us your ways. You know, give us our Primarch back. No, wait, that's a different Primarch. Give us the other one back. That's what they'll be like. Yeah.
Meanwhile, over here, we do have a unit which has gotten out. This is his priority objective, so it will score him another 3 points at the end of this turn. And the impulsor is still there as well, just a little bit of redundancy, some extra bolt shots. Perhaps he's looking at putting them into this damaged Void Raven.
Funny you should say that, Lawrence.
Isn't that funny I should say that?
Yes.
I'll just pan around across the battlefield here. We can see that actually it kind of looks like the Marines are a bit thin on the ground. They're not really, because they've still got an incredible amount of firepower. But I very much got control of this half of the board. That is fair to say. But it's also kind of fair to say that he's also got control of his half of the board.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens when you face aggressors, especially salamanders or salamander successor aggressors. I'm going to blink and remove these Void Ravens, I think, momentarily. Let's see what happens. It's the shooting in just a moment. Funnily enough, he is opening with those Marines.
Yes.
And they are, funnily enough, opening up against the Void Raven.
Correct.
Okay, so rolling to hit, sir. We're in the
Yes.
shooting phase proper.
So 4s. Looks pretty healthy. Okay, it will be 5s and 6s now.
Yes.
Okay, so that is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at -1. We are now in Tactical Doctrine.
That's really unpleasant.
Yes.
Actually. Very, very unpleasant indeed. So 6 saves, you say?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, I only make 1 out of those, which would mean that I'm destroyed with the Bolter Squads.
Great.
I will not use a CP, but I will blow up and take you all with me.
Please don't. Did you do it?
No, it's a 5.
Okay, I can't see from here. I was just like, oh. No.
Welcome to the Valley of Death. These are the aggressors, and we have 3 of them opening up against this Void Raven, and 2 of them opening up against that Void Raven.
Yes.
Now, he's got a stratagem, which means that even though he moved, he can counter stationary effectively, so he can fire twice.
So that's called Relentless Determination. So
Yep.
you can put that on a unit as long as you didn't advance, which I did not.
Yep.
Then I'm going to use Crucible of Fire to give me the +1 to wound, because I don't get that. I don't get Prometheum of Fire because I am a salamander. I have Successor.
You're a successor, yeah. You don't
And
get
then I'm going to
Prometheum
use
cult.
Flamecraft, so I get my maximum amount of shots.
Yes.
So what that means is from 2 models, I get 48
hits.
48 hits.
Because it's 24 per model,
Yes.
isn't it? When you fire twice.
When you fire twice.
Yep.
Which means actually, because I've only got 44 in here, mathematics, so I'll need to just re-roll 4 of them.
Do you have to fire twice at the same targets you declare? Or do we have to roll once and then you... I'm not sure if that makes a difference.
Well,
Probably
I would
not,
still
really.
split the fire in this way
It's
anyway.
fine. It doesn't really matter. Just go for it,
Okay, cool.
They're
So
not in
here we
range of
go.
anything else, so it's
No.
irrelevant. Yeah.
So normally I'd be wounding you on 5s,
Yep.
but now I'm wounding you on 4s. So I've already hit you all of the time.
Yes,
so it's now forced to
unfortunately.
wound you.
I'm hard to hit, you know.
Not really. So
No.
just re-roll those.
I'm not actually.
And then I'll roll. And I
Isn't that extraordinary?
drop this one down here.
He's gone. That's it. He's gone.
I'm back. Okay, so wounds are. Let me count these up. We'll come
Okay.
right back.
22, you say?
Yeah, -1.
How exciting.
Yeah. It's silly.
22 wounds, 22 saves. I don't even think I rolled the average saves, to be fair. But let's see. I only passed 6 saves, so that means that I'm definitely dead.
Yes.
Now, will I take you with me? That's what I'm hoping will happen here on the cheeky roll of a 6. Goodbye. No, it's a 5 again. I like to tease you. And the final Void Raven, now it's 72 hits, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, there it is. So I'm going to do half. I'm going to do the first half.
Okay. I love that you think that only half will destroy me.
It might. Would you just let me count these up?
It definitely will. Now, just to let you know, Bone didn't re-roll his ones to wound last time.
Didn't need to, but I'm going to do that now.
I'm so sorry.
So that nets me an extra 2.
Yes.
So you've taken 10, 15, 18 wounds on the first.
18 wounds so far.
Yeah, and then
I've
I
only
need to
got
roll
12.
on that again.
I've only got 12.
Yeah.
So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. We've got 13, 14, 15, 16. Come on, 2 more. 17, 18. Doing it live.
Very good.
Okay, now we get to see the cinematic experience of Flamers destroying supersonic aircraft.
It's not a bad roll,
Actually, it was an extraordinary roll. I haven't been rolling the best on my saves, despite what everyone thinks, me always being overly lucky, but that was a very good roll.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I actually made 11 saves.
Well
so
done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. I'm still standing there, Mr. Bone.
Okay.
I'll let you get some more dice.
Okay.
Go on then.
Here's the rest. Okay, so no, fair enough. So reroll these ones. Very nice. Okay, so
I'm sorry, you must be, did you
7.
say it's very nice?
Yeah, 9.
I don't see anything
10,
very nice.
13, 15, 18 wounds.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I've got 18 dice in my hand.
Oh, very good. You're dead, Lawrence.
Might not be.
No, you're dead.
Why?
Because you've only got 5 wounds left.
Do you know how many wounds you've got left?
What, like internally?
Yeah.
Like 1.
Let's not be hasty. Do I blow up? 3rd time lucky.
Ah! Well, it'll only get my impulsor at least.
Actually, Void Ravens explode 18 inches.
That's not true.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Mr. Bone.
See you later.
D3 mortal wounds on your impulsor, sir.
Yes.
You must die.
We'll see about that.
D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. Goodbye, Mr. Impulsor.
Bye.
Now we will do the damaged impulsor, firing its storm bolters into the scourges just
Yes.
by that hill.
Let's see what we can do. Here we go. So hitting you on 3s. I've hit you all of the times. Winning you on 3s. It's 3 wounds, -1.
3 wounds -1 because of this tactical doctrine. I make 1 save and I fail 2. That's 2 of the scourges slain unless...
Out from pain.
No, 2 dead. This impulsor now will be firing at the empty venom in between the 2 ruins there. Will be a -1 to hit with my flicker fields.
Yes. Let's see if I can hit. I hit you twice. To wound. I wound you once. -1.
-1, okay. Does make us fail to save, so that's 1 wound down on that venom. This impulsor in the middle now will fire its storm bolter at the 2 remaining scourges by the hill.
Yes. Here we go. I am in reroll range there.
Okay.
Because it's the 9
Because it is
inches.
9 inches,
Yep. Cool. So 2 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay. We do make that save because we're 4 up base.
Very nice.
It's impulsor time, people, and it is going to be firing at 2 venoms. The empty venom, which is damaged in the ruins there, and this venom over here.
Yes.
So you're firing which first?
So I'll fire at this guy first. I'm going to put the onslaught gatling cannons into him.
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
just
trying to riddle this one.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, and then I'm gonna put everything else into this one because this is actually the key one I need to get rid of.
Yes, because that will contest the objective
Yeah.
that I'm currently holding.
And I can no longer see these scourges, so otherwise I would be firing at them. So we'll start off with him. So let's go over there. I'm going to just do the heavy onslaught and the normal onslaught at the same time.
Okay.
Everyone is in range. Here we go.
So I am -1 to hit for
Yes,
what it's
but I
worth.
am re-rolling. Good roll already. Okay, cool. And that'll be forced to wound you because you are toughness 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's 1,
4, 5, 6 wounds.
6 wounds. They're at -1.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So looking for some 5-ups. I only make 1, but it is enough for me to survive on 1 wound.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay, now the big one.
Yes.
Everything into that damaged Venom. He must destroy it, or I will end up holding more objectives.
Correct.
Okay.
So we'll start with the las cannons to hit. I've missed both times, re-rolling because of the chapter master. I've missed. Ooh, okay, that's gross. The
okay.
crack grenades.
Missed both times. One
I've hit you once. To wound you.
Fails to wound. Okay.
I can't kill it.
You can't kill it. That's incredible.
Well, maybe. I've got my storm bolters.
Sure. Well, I mean, we've seen bolters take out Void Raven, so anything is possible.
Anything is possible here.
Anything is possible.
Not with these rolls, though. Okay, that's actually
Sort of translates
better. 5s and 6s.
Just 2.
Just 2. Okay.
Okay. 5-up saves. I've traditionally not been doing too well with these. No, I do lose another 2 wounds, but
Okay.
I'm still alive on 3.
I still have some more guns.
Okay.
So we've got the heavy stubber. Hit you 3 times. 5s and 6s to wound you. 1 wound, -1.
Fail that save too.
Okay,
Alive
and then
on 2 wounds.
I've got my frag grenade launchers. 2d6, 7. Hit with all of them.
Wow. That needs 5s. 3
Reroll that
wounds.
1.
4 wounds.
wounds. Okay, very good.
Right. Can I make now some saves? I've not made any so far. It would destroy me, even with a reroll. You get him
Very
just
good.
at the last moment. However, does he blow up? No, he doesn't. What a significant difference that made, managing to destroy that Venom just at the last moment there. That will stop me holding more objectives than him.
Yeah. Scored a bunch of points that turn.
Yes, you got a bunch of points for bring it down.
I got 11 points for bring it down.
Yeah, so 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 with that Venom exactly. Plus you pretty much maxed on it now. I think
Yeah,
you're on 14.
I can get 1 more
You
point
get
for
1
that.
more points, yeah, that's pretty much normal. And you got 5 points for holding, you're only holding
primary.
1 objective
Yep,
at
so
the
I got
beginning
5.
of this term, which was this one.
Yes.
Plus you got the priority objective again for 3.
Yes,
So let's put you on a bunch of points. That will be coming up on the screen momentarily. But I will be getting 10 points for my primary, plus another 3 points for my priority objective. And I'm going to have to hit back super, super hard to see if I can maintain any grip in this game. Let's see first what your thoughts are.
Oh boy, savage turn. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like when you witness one particular unit that can kick out that much firepower, sure, it's 4 CP, but my goodness, I don't think there's much that can stand up to that. I don't think there is a unit that could actually survive that sort of firepower. That is incredibly powerful. Yeah, I mean, I decided that really I just needed to clean up the board and then try and deny Lawrence some points where I could. I needed to take control of my half of the board, which I now have done. I'm in a pretty solid position holding objectives now, so Lawrence is going to have to try and hit back to deny points, really, which again, where my aggressors are stood, unless he moves in a particular way, they're going to be protected. And it's kind of from turn 3 onwards now, the plan is to move into the center of the board and kind of take over. We'll have to see how that works. But yeah, very good turn. Aggressors are, quite frankly, broken. That is an obscene amount of firepower for any one unit. So glad you guys could see what it could do. But with great power comes great responsibility. Do not use that down at your mate's house. They will hate you, and you probably will hate yourself as well. Let's see what Lawrence does in his movement phase. Turn 2 movement phase for the Drukhari is complete, and Lawrence is going for the kill shot. The aggressors must be removed, and the Venoms have come out to play to do what they do best, shower me in poison doom. We come over here and we can see that these two Venoms have moved into the ruin. That means that they are well and truly able and will shoot into my aggressors. They're being supported by this little chap up here. He's only got one wound left. Cheeky.
Leave him alone, please.
And then we've got these two which have come on the flanking side as
see you
well.
too.
I'm very surrounded. It
see
stresses
you
me
too.
out.
There it is.
The Scourges have come out as well.
The Scourges to you.
Scourges, fair enough. And they're supported by a single Venom. So I'm going to get a lot of poison death. Hopefully I can roll some 3s. We'll have to see. The Spider's Court now is hiding behind here, waiting for their time to pounce. Patiently, ever patiently. And this Venom has stayed back here to make sure we're holding that objective and getting those 3 points for priority targets. That is the movement phase done. It is an all or nothing phase, but there is a lot of firepower coming in over here. We'll have to see what happens.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. Look, I'm excited. I don't mind.
I'm excited. I taste potential Space Marine defeat on the wind, and if I do actually get to taste it, it will be glorious.
Good. Well, you know what? For your sake, I hope that you do. Good luck to you, sir. Let's see what happens. Starting off with the first of the Venoms there in front, rapid firing into these aggressors. Here it comes. Can we hit to start with?
Rerolling ones. We are Flayed Skull.
Okay,
That was
picked
not
up an
good.
extra couple there. 4s now.
3 wounds.
3 wounds, okay. I will get my 3-up saves here. I make them all.
Okay.
Very nice. That's the first Venom defeated. Do you know what you're shooting next?
Yes, the unit inside will rapid fire at you.
Okay.
And the blaster will fire at... Yes, the blaster will fire at an aggressor as well.
Okay, very good. Well, let's see what we can do.
Okay, so let's open with the blaster. It's a hit.
Fails to wound on a 1.
Okay. The Venom. Oh, or rather the
unit inside.
2, 4, 6, 8. That's better.
Very good, all hit. Now
That's
to
what we're
wound.
looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds.
4 wounds, okay. 3-up saves required. You do take 2 wounds off one of them.
Cool.
One has 1 wound remaining. Good shooting. The Venom on the roof, not to be confused with the Fiddler on the roof, will now be firing into this unit here. That's a theatre joke for those of you who are wondering. It's not a joke about something else. Right, let's go, shall we?
Good musical.
Good musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. Rerolling the ones. Yay! But I'm still getting lots of 2s, and that's not yay. But we pull it back. Well done, Mr. Spider.
5 wounds
I
there.
say well done to myself, because no one ever does to me.
I say well done to you all the time. What are you talking about?
5
Here we go. Okay, so
kill
you
one.
do kill that aggressor, finally. Very good. Okay. The Venom inside, the one further away, will now rapid fire into the aggressors.
Yes. Rerolling ones.
Good spread of hits so far.
Oh, I like that.
Very
a lot.
nice.
I
4s
have
now.
a feeling this could be a nasty one. Yes, I was right. I have that feeling sometimes,
Right.
you see.
So how
7.
many is it? 7, the blessed number.
blessed number.
Well, let's see who it is blessed for.
This,
I've
I
got a
feel,
feeling.
will be 7 failed saves,
I don't
actually.
think so.
I have a feeling.
Oh, it's bad though.
Oh, that's a nice thing. Listen, that warms my Drukhari soul. Oh, wait, I don't have one.
Oh, that's cool. Good. We're not finished. The next Venom firing.
Yes, this should be a deadly salvo. A deadly salvo. Yes, yes.
Very good.
Yes, yes. Oh, how satisfying. Right, here we go. Oh, yes.
Nice roll.
That's 6 wounds there, Mr.
6
Bone. I don't
wounds.
want to alarm you, but you could be wiped.
I'm pretty wild.
That is another one killed.
That is another one
I'll
killed.
take it. I'll take you a
Okay.
piece at a time. That's what the Sheriff of Nottingham said to Robin of Locksley.
Yeah.
We all know what happened to him,
Yeah,
don't we?
exactly.
Didn't end well.
No. This Venom now, not in rapid fire range with the smaller cannon, but is with the bigger one, again firing at these aggressors.
Yes, not in range with the twin splinter rifles, to rapid fire anyway. Rerolling the 1 there, please. Well,
Very good.
that make you sad.
No,
Oh, that's a beautiful
4
thing. That's 4 wounds.
Very good rolling.
That's 4 wounds, that.
That's 4 saves, that. Yeah.
Leave the jokes to me.
Okay, sorry. I'm not the funny one. Giving the aggressors a break, we're going to do some haywire scourges over here. So the unit of 2 firing into my repulsor.
Ah, I tell a lie.
Okay.
Because there's one other Venom in range of if this thing was to blow up. So
Right.
actually I'll fire the crew of them first.
Okay.
The second unit.
Very good.
Okay, so they're going to rapid fire into your aggressors. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. And they'll fire the blaster also. They'll fire the blaster also at your aggressors.
Okay, cool.
Blaster.
Misses. Can't you reroll 1s?
No on them.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough.
Rerolling 1s, but their poison is deadly.
Yes.
Yes. I have a feeling it's going to do well, this one. Yep, good feeling.
To save.
It did take a wound
Take
there.
a wound there. Oh dear. Oh no. Now we go back to the Scourges. 2 haywire into the repulsor. 2d3 shots.
5.
5. Staying alive.
4 hits.
Nice work.
6s. Hey.
Wow. Okay, so
Okay,
2d3
2d3.
mortals.
I'll just do the 2d3.
So I will use Armor of Contempt at
Okay.
this point.
Just as well, because I do 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there, Mr. Bay. Plus the other one, 7 mortal wounds, and then
Okay.
you'll need to take 2 armor saves on top of that.
Sure, no worries at all. 7 mortal wounds. Okay,
7
so
mortals.
looking at 5s and 6s here.
7 mortals.
I managed to save 3, but 4 go through. That puts him down to 10
and then
remaining.
2 more saves.
What's the minus on that?
1.
Okay, cool. So because so they don't ignore cover or anything, do they?
No.
Because they're over 12 inches away, I do get +1,
Sure.
so it's just 3s.
Yes.
I make them both. Okay, very good. The next unit of 4 Scourges, so they are 4 of them going in there, and there's a Shard Carbine being fired into the Impulsor here.
For fun.
Yes, why not?
For fun. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots.
Very
4,
nice.
5, 6, 7. That is nice, because I hit with all of them.
Okay, good roll.
Right. Let's just see a sea of 6s.
It's a single mortal wound.
Dear, that's really bad.
Okay, very good for me, though. I'm going to see if I can shrug that now.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to do it. No, I don't. So he's down to 9 wounds.
Okay.
But that's something. And the Shard Carbine into the
Yes.
Impulsor.
Shard Carbine. 1 hit. 1 wound.
Okay, minus.
No minus.
Minus.
Just
Okay,
poison.
so it'd be 2. He makes it. Very nice. Cool. Okay, what's next?
Okay, and for those of you wondering about Flayed Skull ignoring the cover, Scourges don't get that benefit.
Yeah.
So, right, the final unit of Haywire will go into you then.
Okay.
4d3 shots. I need more than that. 2, 4, 6, 7 for... Just thinking whether I need to re-roll the number of shots here.
Okay.
Let me have a think about that.
Alrighty. We're keeping it as it is.
Keep it as it is. I've got some other tricks up my sleeve. Hello. Okay, right, come on. I need a good roll here. That's certainly
That's a very
okay.
good roll. Okay.
So that's 4 mortal wounds plus D3.
Uh-huh.
I'll use the CP on that.
Sure. Fair enough.
Oh dear.
So 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds.
Okay. Can I shrug? I do shrug 3 of them, so he's down to 7. And how many 6? It was just 1
Just
6 in
1,
there.
so -1.
I make that save.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So he takes another 2.
I'll now spend a CP on Fire and Fade on that unit.
Okay, very good. We'll be back. All right, so we come over to the unit inside the Venom on the far side. So we're going to, we've got 4 rifles and a blaster going into the repulsor. Lawrence just doing his Fire and Fade movement over there. Going to get that nice obscuring. Very nice.
At least I thought so.
Yeah, we're all having a good time.
Right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, blaster. This is where I need the Dark Light to be somebody, as they say. Yes, no save.
Okay,
D6 damage.
D6 damage.
6. Come on, Dark Light. 6.
Oh dear. Okay, that is bad for me. That is bad for me. Well done, good shooting. Now the 4 rifles.
Yes. 1 hit. No wounds.
Don't be greedy. You've done very well.
Greedy?
Yes.
Greedy?
Greedy. Don't be greedy now. You just did 6 damage to my repulsor.
Yeah, deserve it.
No.
Space Marine.
the unit inside. This one here, rapid firing into the aggressors, and then a blast weapon into the... It's a blaster, that's what it is, into the repulsor.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
It's not anything else.
No.
Reroll into ones.
Okay.
Nice.
4
Okay.
hits.
4s. 2 wounds on the aggressors. 1 wound.
You do take another wound,
one's
so
got
one's
one
on
left.
1 left.
We have a cheeky blaster that hits.
Dear.
We have a cheeky blaster that wounds.
He's dead.
He's destroyed.
Wow.
And you
Okay.
remember at the beginning of the game how I said your dark light never does anything?
It's that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
game where
ignore
it does. Yeah.
Ignore that.
So does he blow up? I hope not, because then I'm in a lot of trouble.
Goodbye, Mr. Bone.
No, he doesn't.
Unfortunately, you do blow up on the roll of a 1 and a 6
No,
for
that's-
crimes against cheap stratagems in the Space Marine Code.
I see. Well, I feel like I'm taking punishment enough. at
Saying
this
this as a
stage.
Drukhari player, which ruined everyone's life at the beginning of 8.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, look, that was it. That's oof. Okay. Very. Yeah. Wow. Great. Okay, the rifles in the last Venom and the blaster being fired. So we're going to start with the rifles. They've all hit.
The spider has had his bidding.
3
done.
wounds.
3 marked for death there. We kill 1 and
put
you've
one
got
on-
1 on 2 wounds.
Okay, very nice.
We have a blaster in that unit. The dark lights. Can it be the trifecta? No.
No. So there's one. There's one aggressor alive.
I'm going to alive on 2 wounds.
Oof. Right, so we do have 1 Venom. He can just draw line of sight on this aggressor. Can he bring him down? I kind of need the 1 aggressor for me now to stay in this game, so I would like you to not do that. Okay? Don't do it.
5 shots here. Rerolling the 1s there, Bone. 4 hits.
Great. It's going well.
I don't want to alarm you, but that's 4 wounds. This could be a big old problem, Mr. Bone.
It could.
Now, if my calculations are correct, that aggressor deserves to die.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I was
yes.
right. Wow. I mean, that wasn't quite what I was expecting, but you know what?
Classic me.
Yeah.
Classic me. Okay,
Wow.
great. Wow. We are just going to do a bit of a charge phase as well.
Yeah, so here we go. Thonk. Oh, by the way, that's with this Venom into your thing
Yes.
here.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, we've been talking about that off camera. Yeah, so in he goes, 5 quite easily there, so it means I'll have to shoot at him, shutting down more of my firepower there.
Just to move closer to the objective, like again, if that gets destroyed, and I'm also within 3 of that objective now. If I'm destroyed, I get a unit out, etc., etc.
Cool.
That was a big turn for me. I did get 3 points for engage on all fronts. I got 3 points for bring it down again. I got 3 points for holding my priority objective again. Plus I started to turn on 2 objectives, so I got 10 primary there. So I think I'm on like 28 points now. But you're going to pick up another 10 points for your primary your next turn. I'll give you my thoughts in just a moment.
Okay, well, do we want to just do the fight phase real quick?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually charged and I was like, well,
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
right. There you go,
There it
that's
is.
why.
All right.
That's why I didn't bother.
So I'm going to hit you back. I get 4 attacks. Shock assault. That's it. That's the end of the
Good
turn.
chat. Okay.
Okay, well,
Now I'll have a little chat to you, lucky ducks.
You lucky ducks. See you in a minute.
That went well, didn't it? That went very well indeed. Pretty much exactly what I needed. And before anyone says, oh, well, you just got really lucky. Actually, I was unlucky at first with the haywire. And then I got lucky on my blasters, didn't I? My dark light came through. But actually, I wasn't expecting, to be fair, the haywire to destroy the repulsor. I think the average said they probably wouldn't. Because I knew that he would put his 5 up ignore mortal wounds on, which he rolled quite hot on, didn't he? To be fair as well, which was good. And at that point I was like, right, well, this is going to be a real problem, because if I actually can't destroy that repulsor, it was actually the difference between, because it will just kill so many things, guys. With the rerolls, even though it's degraded, it means nothing. Like the rerolls, he would basically have deleted another 2 Venoms at least with that repulsor alone, and that's the difference between me losing the game or winning the game. So I needed the Scourge to do a good amount of mortal wounds and then finish it off with the Dark Light. But when he had 7 wounds left, I was like, yeah, I haven't done enough here, big problem. But then when that dark light went through and took the 6 damage with the blaster, that really, really set me up, because then he only had the 1 wounds left. Still a chance I could have whiffed the next dark light blaster, but as it turned out, the Drukhari gods favoured me with their luck. I won't tell you what I've done in my life to deserve all of this luck. Trust that it's very horrible, nasty things, because I am Drukhari. So let's talk some tactics, because that's what you're watching this for. Movement-wise, I did get the Archon in his court out. You might be thinking, that's a really odd move. Why did you do that? Well, I wanted to split up my forces. That's what this army is very good at doing, being a multiple small unit force, going out, taking objectives. I needed to shift quite a few objectives, Venoms, forward onto that central objective to also get into range and line of sight of the aggressors. I had to abandon the objective with the Venoms, and I actually sent the Spider's empty Venom over there for a bit of redundancy, because the Scourges alone aren't, you know, guaranteed to hold that objective, and I want to be able to hold the 2 objectives kind of in my zone, if you like. I feel that's really important to be holding at least 2. So I put the Venom over there for redundancy, and I got the Spider and the Archons out with the Slith and the Lemian behind that obscuring terrain, because I knew that he's going to want to take the center of the board. That's what he's going to do. Whether, you know, if the Repulsor had survived or the Aggressors had survived, whatever, he's going to want to push out into the center of that board. And I needed a unit, or multiple units, in this case 3 Archons, which could go forward, mix it up in combat, and charge him, countercharge the middle of the board in the next turn. So you see in a game like this, especially when you're playing something which is ultimately very glass hammer, my Drukhari force, you know, you look at it and it dies. I can't afford to make many, if any, movement mistakes. So I'm always playing a turn or usually 2 turns ahead. So I've placed them there knowing that they're set up for my turn 3, right? I'm not just placing them there randomly. So always think, why am I moving here? What's my purpose? What's it going to do for me in future turns, right? So that was the basic, the main move of that turn. The rest of the units you saw move forward so that I could get the line of sight on the aggressors. I felt I had just enough firepower between blasters and poison to take out the aggressors. Turns out in the end I was right, but only just. You know, it's always a scary thing, because even 1 aggressor left alive is just savage. They just look at my army and my army dies. So yeah, look, this is the best I've done against Marines. It's also the first list of this type I've taken. It's also the first time I've faced Marines with a Drukhari post the Munitorum Field Manual. I really like this list. I like it a lot. I think it's got a lot of redundancy. The 9 Venoms are really special because it gives me a lot of options board control wise. The 3 Void Ravens, they do their thing. They do what they need to. They do die pretty easily, but extra mortal wounds is always really good. And the Scourge have been so clutch this game. Sure, there's going to be games where they don't do anything, you know, because that person doesn't have any vehicles or whatever, but you're seeing vehicles more and more and more, and having a bunch of Scourge at your disposal is just, I think, critical, to be honest. So look, I think now actually Bone's really up against it. I'm actually in a confident enough position to say that I've probably won this game. That is a very bold statement. I do not say that lightly, because you know, it ain't over till it's over, and dice do funny things, right? But I've killed so much of his force now, I don't think he can kill enough of me back, and he certainly doesn't have an answer for those Archons, so that if he does come to the center of the board, which he has to, let's face it, because he doesn't want me racking up 15 primary points next turn, I'm going to counter him in my turn 3, and the Spider will feast on their souls. Picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, you are. It's turn 3 for the Obsidian Dragons. It's a summary, everyone. That's what it is. It's a summary. So, movement-wise, the Impulsor has remained in combat with my Deadly Venom. This Impulsor's had a little shuffle, just still on that objective. Bone picking up another 10 points, of course, for the primary objectives. You would have seen the beginning of the points. Plus, he got the Grind It Down, bonus 3 as well. So he is beating me on the points. But he's going to have to kill quite a bit this turn, I think. So let's get on with it. What are you shooting?
Right, we're going to start off with... yeah, he can see you. We're going to fire with my my Actually, let me think about something for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Chapter Master opens the shooting phase. Mastercrafted auto bolt rifle at the Venom on 1 wound up here.
Yes, die.
No.
So, yes.
No.
Okay, so I've hit you twice so far. I've hit you 3 times. To wound you now. 3 wounds. Ugh.
Wow.
We are the Space Marines.
Oh yes, they definitely are. Iron destroyed. Do I blow up? No. Unit inside, because he only had the 1 wound. That little Venom. Unit inside is okay, bar 1 who is slain. This Marine unit now firing at the Cabalite warriors on top of the ruin.
Yes. Here we go. Okay, not a bad roll, all things considered. And now 3s. Okay. So that kind of evened out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at -1.
4, 5,
I've stayed in tactical
6.
doctrine.
Okay, so I have cover. For what it's worth, I don't make a single save. 6s. I make 2, but there's still only 4 left alive. They are dead. The Lieutenant now will be firing his Mastercrafted bolt rifle at this Venom here. This little guy hiding in there.
Yes. To hit, I've hit you once.
Huzzah!
To wound.
Huzzah!
Fair wound. Okay, that's it.
What, that's your whole turn?
No, that's just him shot. He's finished.
The Intercessors, though, will now fire into the same Venom. Let's
Yeah.
see how they go.
So 4s, re-rolling. Good roll. Very good roll.
I don't like that.
I would like the same sort of roll again. Rerolling those
It's got
1s.
3 wounds I can spy, 4, 5 wounds.
5 wounds there.
Okay, right.
Yes.
I've been very, very unlucky with these Venom saves. Can I make some 5-ups this time? Yay, I get the average.
Nice.
I make 2, I fail 3, I've got 3 wounds left. The Impulsor now will attempt to rapid fire into the same Venom.
Yes. Okay. Nice. Those 2 wounds.
2 wounds. I make another save!
Yay.
Yay!
Okay, that is my shooting. Oh no, I've got you
You
in
got one.
here. So
You just
he'll
want to
fire.
quickly do that?
Yeah,
and
just
I'll
quickly
mark
do that.
him. Like so. 2 wounds later.
Here we go. Okay. Oh, I needed to re-roll those 2 3s in there as well. Cool. 4 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound into the Venom in combat. Hey!
Nice.
There's 1 more Impulsor to fire, and he's going to be firing at the 2-man Scourge unit.
Yep, here we go.
Okay.
All
He's
hits.
got a few hits there. Oh, I don't want to one up.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
-1.
1 for each of them. Power from pain.
Yay! Yay!
I hate you.
I know.
Charge phase, everyone. These Primaris Intercessors will be charging the damaged Venom.
Yep, here we go. An 11!
It will definitely make that charge.
Yes!
All right, now, I did just ask off camera, so we're going to do a little explanation here. Why did Mr. Bone not charge, say, this Venom to then stop me holding that objective? Although, funnily enough, if he destroyed the Venom and then I piled out, it might end up being a contest
Sort of situation
anyway. But, you know, just as an option, you know.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what was the reasoning for charging this damage?
well, if I can get these guys in as well,
Yep.
I'll be able to wrap that and you won't be able to jump out, so I'll
Yep.
kill the unit inside. I'm
Cool.
trying to mitigate the amount of firepower that's going to be coming at me next turn.
Sure.
Because if poison is swingy, although you've been rolling quite well with it, and the more you get rid of it, the harder it is to kind of shift my Marines. So that's the thinking behind it, really.
Right.
If I can mitigate as much of it as possible. Let's be honest. I'm not in a great spot.
No.
Like I'm not in a great spot. So
No.
I'm just trying to survive because I am currently kind of ahead in the points.
You are ahead in the points. There's no doubt about it.
And yeah.
All right.
So I mean that's my thinking anyway.
Sure.
Maybe it's wrong. I don't know.
well, let's find out, eh?
Yep.
Let's find out. So you're going to try and make 2 other charges, are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Chapter Master is going in.
Chapter Master.
Of course he is. Hey!
He
Oh!
definitely makes it.
Yes!
And do you want to roll for the lieutenant whilst we're here?
Yes, I do, Lawrence. Yes, I do. Here we go.
Okay.
Hiya!
No,
Okay,
he
that's.
does fail.
I'm going to use a CP.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Hiya!
He rolls the same thing, basically.
It's a shame, but that's life. Life is a shame. That's essentially what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how it's panned out. 15 attacks, I believe.
Yeah.
No, more than that.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Shock
Here we
assault.
go. Re-rolling because of the Chapter Master. Very nice. 5s and 6s.
Only 2. Wow. That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, save both.
Cool.
Because you're not in the Soul Doctrine.
Right.
Okay, wow.
So
We've still got the Chapter Master. He, in theory, could do the business.
he could.
Doesn't
with-
have a
with-
combat weapon.
No, but he's still pretty awesome.
Well, he
So
is.
he gets
He's a
6
sitting
attacks.
dragon. 6 attacks.
Re-rolling. You don't get the minus hit in combat.
No,
do
I
you?
do not. No.
Cool. No
No
wounds.
wounds. Okay, well, look.
Cool. So,
no.
yeah.
Basically, that's what you just go no. That's
Yeah.
how did that turn go? No.
That went terribly. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, there's not a huge amount of, like, if we were in a tournament, you might continue to play, but actually, I didn't really score enough points that turn, and I'm pretty much going to, I might have an impulsor or 2 left after this turn.
It basically depends on if I have a whiffer.
Yeah.
If I have a whiffer, then you could very much. I mean, this is the wonderful thing about Dice Game. You could steal the game. I believe you are still in the lead because you did pick up those 10 points at the beginning. Now you got the extra 3 points at the end of the battle round for grinds them down. I do, however, though, for the first time, pick up the full 15 points for the primary, holding more and holding 2. But I believe, despite that, I'm still a few points behind you. That will be coming up on the screen now. So actually, I do need to have a serious turn. But if I have a serious turn, I do not believe you will have enough to get back in the game with.
No.
Let's see what happens.
Turn 3 for the Drukhari, a summary turn. We've come forward over here with all of the Scourges. Oh, just a little slight
Just a little
amendment
adjustment.
there. We've come out to play. The Spider's Court has come over. Now they move an incredible 8. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what I was saying, guys. But let's roll some dice. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what
Where
happens,
do you
eh?
want to start shooting first, Lawrence?
I'm going to open up with a Venom.
Okay.
And the Venom is going to. I spent 2 CP on Cruel Deception, by the way. This is the Venom that fell back.
Uh-huh.
This unit got out of the Venom, which was inside the Venom, which was in combat over here, which then fell back over here.
Right.
Probably important to explain that because it will contest that Impulsor's objective.
Uh-huh.
Now, this Venom was the one that was in combat with the Intercessors. The unit got out over here. Confusing, I know, but there they are next to the Lieutenant. And then the Venom fell back and used Cruel Deception, so I can still shoot.
Cool.
So now I'm going to fire that Venom into your Marines.
Right, very good.
Okay.
Go for your life.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rerolling ones.
Nice bunch of hits so far.
4s. You must die. That is 5 wounds there, Mr. Bone.
Okay, let's see if
Don't
I can
want to
make
alarm
some
you.
saves.
5 wounds there, I'm afraid.
So
That's
you
a
kill a
dead
Primaris.
Primaris.
I'll remove him in a moment. Do you know
Okay.
you're shooting?
Yeah, this Venom over here, which is now popped out from my priority objective, will be rapid firing its splinter cannon at those Marines.
Okay.
Doing 2 splinter rifle shots at you also.
Sure.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this time. I've already killed 1. Rerolling the 1s. That's another 4 saves, Mr. Bone.
Okay, very good. Here we go. Killed
Kill
another.
another.
Okay,
Cheeky.
very nice. The unit inside that Venom, 4 long-range shots and a blaster into those Primaris Marines.
Yes, 4 rifles. Rerolling the 1. 3 hits. 1 wound there, Bone.
Okay, gonna make a save. I can't.
Okay.
So one takes a wound.
Blaster. Hits. Blaster. Hey, kills 1.
Kills 1. So there's 2 left in the unit. This unit now rapid firing into my lieutenant there.
Yes. Right. No rerolling 1s because I'm not in a vehicle that can fly.
Sure.
He's got 2 saves to make. He is in cover.
Okay.
Behind that obstacle.
I mix them both.
All right. The blaster. Hits. Blaster. Wounds. You get a 6-up save, my friends.
Hey!
Hup. Oh.
No. Okay.
Cheeky. Well, how many wounds has this guy got?
6.
Does he?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
The Flith will now fire his shard carbine into the last 2 remaining Primaris. Yes. Will he hit? He
He
doesn't.
rolls 1s because of the Archon. No.
Oh, he hits once, poor Flith, and he fails to wound. The Flith, the Flith, the Flith.
The Venom underneath the gangway there will now fire into those last 2 Primaris.
Rerolling 1. That's nice. That is only 3 wounds though, babe.
3 wounds.
That's just 3 wounds, that's.
Well, you kill one anyway.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
Great.
I'm just going to do the other Venom at you as well.
Sure,
Just
why not?
whilst we're here.
Why not?
Okay. Rerolling the 1s. Just see if we can get rid of these now. That last guy. He's annoying me, see? That's 3 more wounds there, Bone.
Oh, he tanks that.
Oh dear.
He's the hero, the Imperium. Yes! The unit inside now will rapid fire at the last Primaris and then put a blaster into the closest impulsor. Also, guys, obviously the lieutenant only has 5 wounds. I was just winding Lawrence up.
Lots of hits there.
Yes.
Lots of hits there, I'm afraid. That's 5 wounds there, Bone.
Mate, I'll do it in my sleep.
Okay.
Oh, he's alive on a wound.
Okay. Blaster. Hits. Wounds.
4 up invulnerable.
Darklight's been on it this game.
Oh, it
D6
goes
damage on the
through.
impulsor. 3 wounds
3.
there.
Very good.
Cheeky.
Yeah, it's very, very cheeky indeed. The unit inside now rapid firing into the Primaris and then a blaster into the impulsor there.
Okay. Rapid firing into your Primaris.
Couple of misses, unfortunately for you, Lawrence.
Unfortunately for me. That's a couple of wounds there,
How many?
unfortunately for you.
Just
2.
2.
You're dead
He's
there,
dead.
Bone.
Okay,
He's dead.
good. Very good.
Blaster. Hits there. Wounds there, Bone.
4 up invulnerable.
Be a problem for you.
Fails that as well.
6.
It's a
Ooh.
2.
Right, I will use a CP on that one.
Why not?
Cheeky, isn't it? Oh, it's a cheeky. See, you only got 1 wound left there, Bone.
Oh, yeah. The Scourge is now 4d3 shots into this impulsor. Can they bring it down? Maybe is the answer.
I say yes.
Oh, good.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The blessed number.
It's under average, that.
Oh,
only 3
that's
hits.
a grim roll.
Only 3 hits. But I do get D3 mortal wounds and a wound. D3 mortal wounds, 2 mortal wounds,
Okay.
and a armor save, please.
I make the armor
You
save.
make the armor save.
Very
You're down
good.
to 6 wounds.
Down to 6 wounds.
Cool. The other
Platoons.
haywire.
Sure.
The other haywire will also fire at that same impulsor.
Okay.
Because why not? 4d3. Yeah, good. 3, 4, 5. I've seen determined to ensure that you survive. Wow, only 2 hits. I do get another mortal wound and
Okay.
a regular armor save, please.
All right, here we go. He makes the armor save.
Okay, you got
and
5
he's down
wounds
to
left?
5 left. Very good. Okay, so we've got a blast pistol from one of the spider's pals.
My Dracons.
Into the impulsor there. Can he finish it off?
She's one of the new ones. She is.
she?
Yeah,
Oh.
she's vicious. She hits you there, I'm afraid. That's a wound, I'm afraid, there, Bone.
I see.
I don't want to alarm you,
4
but
up.
she's killed a lot of people in her time.
It fails.
You are destroyed, Mr. Bone.
I'm gonna. Okay, so this is the crazy thing. It's D6 mortal wounds if it blows up.
Well,
So I'm
the
gonna roll-
impulsor, are you sure?
Yeah, 100%, because they've got their grav engines. So Lawrence.
They've got their grav engines.
Yeah, it's a call thing. He powered
No.
them up too much.
No.
So
That's dumb.
Lawrence,
Should be D3 mortal wounds.
unfortunately for you, it is D6.
All right, well, let's see what you get then.
Die.
No.
Oh. That would have been so epic.
No.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't have liked that.
Wouldn't have
No,
liked
no,
it.
no.
Yeah. The other Drake.
Yeah, the other Dracon.
Dracon, he's gonna fire his blast pistol into the chapter
Now
master.
your chapter master is the closest, see? That's a hit there. That's a wound there, it's marked for death. I don't want to alarm you.
4 up invulnerable.
I don't want to alarm you.
Goes through.
D6 damage. Like a slap with a wet fish,
Yeah,
isn't it?
he just goes, whatever. But perhaps he was just being warmed up for the spider.
The spider
Let's see what you can do.
hits. The spider wounds. The spider.
I haven't used a CP this turn. I will not let the spider take my head.
It's inevitable.
We'll see. Not when you roll the 4 and the invulnerable! Oh, yeah! We're in the charge phase, and the Dracon is going to charge into my chapter master. Good luck to him.
Yeah, the Dracon turns to the spider and the spider nods. Dracon charges.
Oh, very nice.
In we go there, Mr. Bone.
Yeah.
The Slith.
Oh, the Slith is gonna come in?
I think the Slith fails,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that's a shame. I like the Slith.
It doesn't get power from pain. So.
No.
The spider. I'll double check that. He makes it on a 7.
Very good.
Yes, of course, he must join the fray.
Of course.
And the other Dracon will also join the fray. 6 would fail because
Power from pain.
eager to flay and all that fails.
5,
So the
okay,
other
very
Dracon
good.
doesn't
So it's
make
just
it.
the
She stays
spider.
back with the Slith.
That's right, they're hanging out.
Yeah.
Hey, Slith, how you doing there, Slith? I'm doing good. How you doing? It's just me, the Slith.
Why do you talk like that?
Don't make fun of me, please. I'm the Slith.
I'm pretty sure the Slith would look at you and you would wet yourself.
He'd be my best
over here,
friend.
we've
What are
got
you talking about? We'd go on adventures
These
together.
Cavalite warriors are charging that lieutenant there.
Why not?
In we go.
Ah, in they go. It's only got 1 wound left.
Isn't
Right.
that cool?
Any more charges?
No, don't think so.
Okay, well that's it. Nice work. The spider will attack first.
Yes.
Let's-
Dracon sent ahead of him. The Dracon gets there. I imagine swings the blade around, and all of a sudden the spider's next to him, and one of his tendrils just pushes him back.
Yeah.
The spider levels his weapon.
Yeah, and
Now
then
he attacks.
and the chapter master he just drops his bolter and pulls out a combat knife.
I do enjoy the Monkai.
Yeah.
Okay, right, what did you rerolling ones. Oh, the reason I've got so many attacks is because
You have a gin
I've got
blade.
the gin blades. I do have to roll a dice after this to see if I take a mortal wound. I might just do that now, actually. I don't.
Okay.
Cool. I'm strength 4. Your toughness 4. So I'm straight 4 with my gin blade. I wound you on 4s, but I'm re-rolling because of Hatred Eternal.
Right.
My Warlord trait, which is really, really, really neat. Okay. Oh, we only get 4 wounds.
Okay. What's the minus there?
It's -3, but you got your invuln.
I sure do. Earth.
Wow. D3 damage. You take 2 wounds.
2 wounds, but
the
he's
spider
still
fails to kill you.
he's still alive.
He's still alive.
I'm going to interrupt combat
Okay.
and I'm going to hit the spider.
You're not going to hit the Dracon?
Well, I understand. Oh, we're playing a Tactica, aren't we? Fine, I'll hit the
Well,
Dracon.
do what you're going to do.
Yeah, but if I could kill the spider, that would be pretty. Does his flicker field go off in combat?
Yeah, we save on 2s, yeah. So good luck with that.
Oh, hang on, I'm going to look at some stratagems and things.
You do whatever
Yeah,
you're
give me a
gonna do.
minute. Right, I understand this is a Tactica, but at this stage, let's be honest, I'm probably going to concede at the end of the turn anyway. So I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to punch the spider in the face.
I wouldn't advise it.
It's happening.
Come on then.
Okay, 6 attacks. Oh, yes. Yes, he's hit you 6 times to wound you now. He's wounded you twice.
See, I like to play with my food before it's devoured.
to play with my food.
I should have done those individually,
Yeah,
sorry,
but it
but I
doesn't
passed
matter.
both anyway.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Right, go on. Attack with the other person. Whatever.
The other Dracon?
Yeah, is that how? Yeah. Oh wow, she's done so well.
That's 4 wounds.
Great.
Obviously, I just knocked you off of your feet.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
other
okay,
Dracon
yeah.
goes
So,
3d3
he's
damage.
He's well, he's dead. I
3d3
failed.
damage. 6, 7 wounds.
The blessed number.
Actually, what happened is the spider pins you down with the tendrils.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And you can't move, and then the other Dracon just comes in with the coup de grace.
Okay. I think
That's it, it's done.
Yeah.
I mean, look, just remove the model. Please.
Yeah, I'm going to remove the model.
Remove the model.
And
For everyone's sake.
I'm also conceding at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you being
Savage.
serious now?
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
being serious.
It's all right.
I
So
can't
he's
get back in
dead?
this game. I've got no board control anymore.
No.
I've got no chapter master rerolls. I'm about to lose my lieutenant as well, let's be quite frank. Maybe not, but still, it's at this point you just kind of go, yeah, that's fine.
No,
like
you
there's
do
just
not win.
absolutely no way of getting back into this game now.
No.
So look, good one.
Yeah.
One. It was cool that we could see what the salamanders are capable of with that.
Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, I think we could play that game several times, and you do definitely win. It was, I needed the repulsor to die, and I needed the aggressors to die, and I got both of those things off. I did put myself in a position to get both of those things off, but it still wasn't a guarantee, as we saw, because only both units only just died at the last roll or two, didn't they? And I'm really happy with my list. I think my list is a good all-comers list. I'm not surprised that I beat the Marines, but I am impressed that my list did do it. Because, as I said, I haven't had the best track record against Marines, especially things like aggressors or just reroll hit auras. You saw what they did to the Void Ravens in one turn, but I did play a little bit more defensively, believe it or not, this game, holding back half of my force, and I did put half of them forwards to take that centre board.
Yeah.
But I didn't come out, I sort of put the Void Ravens out there knowing that they were probably going to die, but I figured, you know what? I lose 3 Void Ravens or I lose half my Venoms, which actually are scoring me objectives. I'll take the loss of the 3 Venoms.
Yeah.
And I think that ultimately paid off. And yeah, look, I've got just about the right amount of anti-tank with those Scourge, I feel.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. The list works really, really well.
Yeah.
As for my list, I'd like to use it again. I probably could have used the terrain a bit better to my advantage in that game. I think I'm with the Scourges. I probably, if I'd kind of sort of like waited around this way a little bit and then I could have come out and actually dealt with them, I think that would probably be, if we played the game again, that would be my tactic, because they are very good and they can actually do, those mortal wounds are insane, especially when they go off. That first amount of mortal wounds you did was just really, really
crazy, wasn't
insane.
it? It's funny, the Scourge, they kind of like do an insane amount with one unit, or your unit just goes
nothing. But when they pay off, they're very, very good. Well, look, that's all from us. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. Hope you learnt some things. Leave a comment below. We will see you very soon with another battle report. The Drukhari keep defeating me. I've never beaten them. I've never beaten the Drukhari, not once. So
it's my first time beating Space Marines in 9th with them. Actually.
That's good.
So,
well, maybe one day I will be able to do it, but it was not this day. No. But I will be back soon. Bye-bye.